Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for January 22nd. January 22nd is the 22nd day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, with 343 days remaining to the end of the year, or 344 if it happens to be a leap year. Today's word is metal. Metal is a noun and it means vigor or strength of temperament, staying quality or stamina, as in someone who has proved their mettle. Quality of temperament or disposition, such as someone of brave mettle. Mettle has to do with one's ability to cope well with difficulties or face a demanding situation in a spirited and resilient way, as in, the event weekend was a real test of his mettle. Metal sounds just like metal, and it was originally just a variant spelling of metal. Over time, though, the word metal came to mean much less the literal stuff of which one is composed and more the figurative sense of the stuff of which a person is made, one's physical or moral constitution or natural temperament. It's a spin-off, both in spelling and meaning, from the word metal. First known use of the word metal is in the 1580s. Metal. The word metal came up last week while we were talking about the word spunky. So remember, if you have a word you'd like us to examine in this Word of the Day segment, type it in the comments and we'll take a look at it. And with that, the Pontifical Swiss Guard is a minor armed forces and honor guards unit maintained by the Holy See that protects the Pope and the Apostolic Palace, serving as the de facto military of the Vatican City. The first contingent of 150 Swiss guards arrived at the Vatican on January 22, 1506. This is the birthday of singer-songwriter Sam Cooke, born January 22, 1931, in Clarksdale, Mississippi. His family moved to Chicago in 1933 when he was 2 years old. His dad was a Baptist minister, and Sam and his brothers and sisters sang in a choir and in a group called the Singing Children from about the time he was 6 years old. He started out making gospel records with a group called the Soul Stirrers and made the crossover to pop in about 1957. Sam Cooke founded his own record label and publishing company, focusing mainly on producing singles. He had 30 U.S. top 40 hits between 1957 and 1964, and 3 more posthumously. Sadly, Sam Cooke died in 1964 under disputed circumstances. Some say self-defense, some say murder. Either way, it was a tragic loss. Sam Cooke has been called the inventor of soul music, had a great singing voice and natural skill, and paved the way and inspired others to come, such as Aretha Franklin, Bobby Womack, Al Green, Stevie Wonder, and a good many others. Sam Cooke was 33 at the time of his passing. Sam Cooke. January 22, 1946 marks the creation of the Central Intelligence Group, which eventually evolved into the Central Intelligence Agency. They have a website, which, among other things, has a feature called the World Fact Book, where you can learn all kinds of interesting things about countries all over the world. You can see stuff like the flag of a country, a map, a summary about the country, travel facts, and a few other interesting bits. There's a link to the World Fact Book in the description. CIA, great source for research, that website. The Apple Macintosh computer was introduced in an amazing Super Bowl ad on January 22, 1984. Apple's board of directors hated that ad and didn't want to run it, but the late Steve Jobs loved it, and I'm glad he prevailed because it is an awesome commercial. I checked the link to make sure it's still on YouTube, and yes, it is. That link is in the description today. Gives me goosebumps. Big stuff for free thinkers. Now, I'll talk about other things for January 22nd and previous episodes for this day, and I'll leave a link to one in case you'd like to see about some other things that have happened on January 22nd. Today's song is You Send Me, written and originally recorded by Sam Cooke. You Send Me was his debut single and a massive hit, reaching number 1 on both the Billboard Hot 100 and Billboard's Rhythm and Blues chart. It has been covered by dozens of artists and is named in the 500 most important rock and roll recordings by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and is listed on Rolling Stone magazine's 500 greatest songs of all time. You Send Me by Sam Cooke. Link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoyed this series, check out the playlist that contains these videos, and I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again and all. See you next time. This is the birthday.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you. John, are you kidding me? Okay, hold on. We got to make that be quiet. You got to read the black part. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for, where's your microphone? Okay, we don't want to say the same thing twice. Get your microphone. What is it with you and this microphone? Okay, here we go. Okay, we are still recording. That's great. Okay. How about that? We'll have a lot to edit today. Cacophony is a sound. Cacophony is a noun that you got to read it the right way. Let's start over. It's 8 o'clock, so all of the reminders are going to be dinging. I forgot to turn those off. Okay, stop it. It's 8 o'clock. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.